should be noticing that the breath is just that little bit softer. If you've got a favourite place to breathe into, whether it's the sides of the ribs, whether it's around the top of the diaphragm, so just where the ribs go into belly, maybe you decide to take the breath there and we take our count. Inhaling, 2, 3, a bee has just come into here. If you get stuck in there, exhale, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, 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 exhale, 2, and just let that breath just gently drift. Just notice what it is you're feeling now. If that's done anything for your mood or for the speed of the thoughts. And that's the speed that we'll use for that flow and for another flow at the end of our main flow. For now, wherever you are, come and lay down onto your back. Yeah. Arms come out into a little T shape. Feet wide on the mat, just as always, windscreen wiper. Side to side. In a minute, we'll be doing strong center of the body lifting. But for now, we're focused on allowing that center to do nothing. To not have to brace, not have to lift, not have to support. Its only job to be as soft as humanly possible. Really nice. At some point, and only when it feels like a nice transition, you can start to take those little twists a little bit closer into the belly and without the feet on the floor, so become a little bit heavier on the core. So it's a little bit organic. You can make it suit you. If possible, try and keep the shoulder blade that's furthest away from the legs really anchored down. So as you feel the weight change over to one side, notice that the opposite shoulder is really light and see if you can plug it in. Yep, Jenna, that's good. Okay. If you want a little bit more, so Melanie, take your feet off the ground, unless you're really soft today. Yeah, that's it. In which case, I mean, I love it if you're really soft as well. And then same thing, just twist, just so it's exactly the same. Yeah, take your flow, that's it. Really nice. At some point, maybe You can have your legs together, they can be a little bit further away. You might decide to just a little bit straighten them out. So they're less L shapes and more kind of V shapes. So we're still getting a twist. Really nice, nice. Slow it down, Sammy. Slow it all the way down. Just let your body know that you're moving with comfort, with all together. Yeah. Okay. Whatever needs to be done to undo that, it might even be feet down again and then just an easy twist. Once again, it might be windscreen wipers, but with the feet down, so the pressure on the belly is gone. It might be that you want to take a big long stretch, or you might curl up. Okay. We've got one last front of the belly position. Jem, this is going to be too much for Babe. So for you, come into tabletop. Take one leg back, keep it bent. Keep it bent, but behind. Keep it bent, but in, and then take it out to the side. So you're coming into the center, out behind, into the center, and then out to the side. And if you can, the whole thing, hips are stabilized. Don't worry if you forget the sequence, just think I'm moving my knee around and I'm going to keep my hips stable. So I've got something across, I've got that spirit level across. I'm keeping that lovely little bit of spirit. Is that alcoholic, I wonder? Tom would know, Elaine's Tom would know. Anyway, everyone else, we can do that as well. So if we feel like doing a Jem tabletop, absolutely, we can do that. It's still going to warm the center of our belly. Otherwise, we're going to think about doing our little clock rotation. So in a minute, tiger, we're going to be all in tight, using our core to get us there. So we're going to do halfway of a tiger now. So we're going to move from the front of our mat, clockwise all the way around until we get right back to the front of our mat. How do we do that? We lay down, knees come in, we lift the sacrum off of the ground and move it a little bit clockwise. That's it. So we keep moving a little bit clockwise. Once you've moved the sacrum, you will need to lift up your head, because otherwise your head's gonna be, it'll be like that Chucky film. Is it Chucky? No, it's not Chucky, is it? It's the other thing, which I will yeah. I can't believe I'm recording this. Hopefully no one watches it. Just Kay. No one else but Kay. If you're not Kay, go. It's just gonna get worse. That's nice, Kyla. Like, stay with the knees really hugged in, and the ankles are close to the bum as well. So knees hopefully, that's it. And then see if you can lift from there. Yeah, nice. And then in order to change position, lift your head up as well. So once you've lifted the knees and changed position, let that rock you back up into a seat. Right. If you feel a little bit stuck, have a little watch of me. So you're bringing your knees in, you're lifting up your sacrum, and with that rock, so with the momentum, that lifts me back up. And then I can move my head. That makes sense? There was some unusual head. Nice, Trish, very nice. By the end of it, whatever we've been doing, I would hope that the belly is feeling like, wow, what's been going on? Hopefully. From here, let's all join Jem. Hands on the floor, tabletop. Cat-cow might be really, really welcome. Right. So we're almost at our first little mini flow with the breath. Hopefully next Monday, there'll be a little bit less explaining, because I have planned a little freestyle, get up and get down, but for now we'll we'll have that in our heads ready for next week. At some point, we allow the spine just to come into a somewhat neutral with the belly active. We straighten up whichever leg feels happy to straighten. And then we take that leg in line. So ankle, hip bone, shoulder, nice. And then just rebend, but don't let it touch the ground. So it rebends, but it doesn't touch. Yes. Inhale, it re-straightens. Yeah. Exhale, it doesn't touch, but it rebends. Nice. Inhale. Notice that your body weight wants to transfer to the hand and obviously to the knee that's on the ground. If you can, lean a little bit in towards the leg that's doing the movement. Really nice. Really nice. Love feeling. Last one before we swap over. And then knees come down. A little shimmy as we set the spine. If you want to take the weight off the hands, go for it. It might just be a little shake that I need or some little finger stars. And some circles work really well. Yeah, especially those of you that have been driving might just require a little bit more ability. And then we place the hands back down. Other leg straightened, whichever one it is. We lift, and then we rebend. Just like the other side, we try and lean a little bit towards the leg that's moving. So it's a little bit heavier on our core and our shoulder. Inhale as we straighten. Exhale as it rebends really nicely. Inhaling. We've got two more. Exhale. Lovely. Inhale. Nice, Sammy. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Woo. As we exhale, both knees down. Definitely take the weight off of the hands and just give them a little massage or a star or a circle. Lovely. All right. So we're going to come into our flow. Bridge, bum down, side, adjust legs. Upright, twist, lift, bend knees in. I'll take you through. Come lay down in bridge. All right. And I will say, I'll try and say move and out at the same time. So it just reminds you, you don't have to think about it. So I'll say move out 2, 3, which means you're going to be breathing out and moving, and then in 2, 3. All right. As well as telling you positions, it's gonna be a long one. Right. Just do nothing for the inhale. So in, 2, 3. Just do nothing for the exhale. Out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. This time out and move into bridge. 2, 3. Pause. In, 2, 3. Palm down, move out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Move over to your side. Out. 2, 3. Pause if you want. Just gently adjust the legs as you inhale. 2, 3. Out. Lift yourself up into a side bend sit. 2, 3. Nice. In, 2, 3. Twist. Out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Lift. Out. 2, 3. Yeah, lovely. In, 2, 3. Out, sit back down. 2, 3. Really nice. In, 2, 3. Side bend sit out. 2, 3. It's a Bentley sit. In, 2, 3. Side bend sit. Out. 2, 3. I'm glad everyone got it. In, 2, 3. Lift up. Out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Sit back down. Out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Twist. Out. 2. In, 2, 3. Hand to the back of the mat, lay back down onto your side, adjust your legs. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Bridge, out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Hips back down, out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Back the way we came, laying on our side. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. That was really fast. I was thinking about our legs. Out, lift up. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Twist. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Out, lift. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Down, out, 2, 3. Really nice. In, 2, 3. Bend knee, sit. Out, 2, 3. Spine upright. In, 2, 3. Side bend sit. Out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Lift, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Back down, out, 2, 3. Really nice, almost there. In, 2, 3. Twist, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Hand to the back of your mat, lay down to your side. 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Bridge, out, 2, 3. Last bit. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, come down, 2. Just before we do anything else, just let that really intense breath movement dissipate. So it's like the echoes get a little bit slower. And in your own time, Roll over to your side or come up however you want to in a downward facing dog. Okay. Over the 4 weeks, that will get easier and easier. I won't even need to tell you breath. You'll do it instinctively and it will be hopefully something really lovely. For now, down dog. We're coming back to that breath on the last bit of our standing flow. So have it still in your head so it's ready. Check in with how the feet are feeling this evening. You might still feel a little tiny bit airy and spacey after that breath. So really just find the earth and press down. On an inhale, see the earth just in front of your hands. And on an exhale, climb closer to your hands into a forward fold, as usual, with or without blocks. Just 2 salutes here with a little side stretch and a lunge and a squat. Inhale, flat back. I'm going to put the light back on now, that'll be useful. Exhale, chair. Your choice of arms, we're kind of prepped for everything. Inhale, that's not entirely true. We're prepped for everything, let's go diving. Exhale, hands into the heart. Inhale, feet adjust, arms up. Exhale, first squat. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, push the feet, lift all the way back up, Samastiti. Inhale, push the hands up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale as we do nothing. Exhale, left foot presses down, we re-establish where we are. Inhale, press the hands once again, palms to the ceiling. I know you can't see my hands, but they're like this, like I'm pushing at the ceiling. Exhale, hips back, knees bend. Whatever type of squat, it might be a forward fold that works better for you. Inhale, hands forward. Exhale, forward fold. Same thing, other side. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, lock the weight back, chair. Really nice. Inhale, lift all the way. Exhale, hands into the heart. Inhale, arms up, feet adjust so there's room for the thighs. Exhale, bum back. Knees bend. Slowly, 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 slowly. So at any point you've got control. Yeah. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, push strongly through the outside of the foot so you can lift back up. Great squat, Sammy. Wow. Nice. Inhale, press through the palms so there's like the pushing of the ceiling. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale as we pause here. Exhale, right foot strongly finds earth underneath as we lift back up. Inhale, once more we push the ceiling away, that feeling of tangible air. Exhale, adjust the feet back into our squat or a forward fold. At any point you can say, knees say no. Yeah, or it's just too much. Really nice. Inhale, it's a nice squat curler, hands forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pause. Exhale, step back, down dog. Alright, on your down dog, we're going to come into tiger 3 times. If you want, be on your blocks. It gives you more room, more opportunities to choose. Yeah. Probably on their lowest setting, depending on how high your bricks are in the first place. If it feels better, you can grip the blocks as well. So if you are on them, grip them so that they don't kind of fall at the floor. Inhale, right leg sweeps up. 3-legged dog. Plenty of time, Sammy, plenty of time. You can do this in tabletop as well. Exhale, it's a strong tiger. So it's hugging in and it's traveling forward. Inhale, push back, down dog. Yeah, exhale, strong tiger. So that knee is coming to the thumbs, maybe even past the thumbs. It's that close. Inhale, push back with control. Last one, exhale, tiger. Whew. Yes, hug in, Trisha, push the floor. That's it, knee in closer. She's like, no. Exhale, both feet down. If you've been using blocks, just drop onto your knees for a second to remove them. Because in a minute, we're going to take a few wide chaturangas. Adjust your down dog so it makes sense for your plank. On an inhale, come forward to a plank. Drop the knees down. With the knees down, shift to one side so you can lift the opposite arm and place it just to the outside, or maybe just to the inside of the mat. Shift the weight to the other side so you can do the same on the other hand. So you've got your hands wider. You know where we're going now. Heaven's like, no, it's chest. Damn. On an exhale, elbows out wide. On an inhale. I did so many of these when I was prepping, but I was redoing this. I've now got proper DOMs. No sympathy. Whatever you've been doing, do 3 more. Slow, slow. I think you can take your arms a bit wider, Melanie, so that when your elbow, yeah, that's it. Once you've done the 3rd one, if you're Gemma, you're going to come up to camel. If you're not, you're going to lower all the way down onto your belly. Yeah. From here, hands stay in front of you. You're going to lift just head and chest up into locust with the legs down. Really nice. See, before we can lift our hands, if you can drop the shoulder blades closer to your bum. So there's a sense of them coming in, and then tuck them together. Once that's done, notice there's a sense of kind of knitting in of the muscles, and you should be able to lift the arms. Take them as high as they'll go. They're not going to go much past your neck. And then imagine just moving the elbows. So the elbows are going to come into your waist on an exhale, keeping the elbows bent nice. And then on inhale, palm on top of palm, or palm on top of hand, I should say. Exhale. Inhale. You can use that exhale to pump you up a little bit and lift you up. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Whatever you need to do to undo that. So Jenny might come into a very brief little shaky kneely thing. Yeah. On your next inhale, hands come forward into Sphinx. So come into plank when you're ready. Forearm plank, Jen. Interlace if like me, you can't do anything else but interlace. Tuck the toes if you're laying down. And on the exhale, round the belly just like we did in Tiger, and then lift up, forearm plank. Inhale as we pause. Push strongly through, just like Tiger. On an exhale, start to move the feet so they're coming in closer. You're going to come into dolphin. With your head looking at your toes, just notice if your feet are doing anything funky. If they are, can you adjust it? If you want to. Whenever you next inhale, right leg sweeps up, three-legged dolphin, that's it. Elbows tuck in a little bit. Delicious. Exhale, foot travels back. Inhale, foot starts to go, walking to the back of your mat until you come back into a forearm plank. Yes, horrible. Push the elbows down, squeeze them together. So get that little squeeze of the elbows together. I know there's nothing there for them to squeeze, but imagine. Last breath here. And then the knees gratefully drop down. You can come onto your side if you're not comfortable on your belly, or you can roll onto your belly, you choose. But a breather before we take a hop. That's a lot. All right. Only when you feel recovered, and it might take you a minute. You know, I give you what? 5 seconds. It's not always right, is it? Depending on where the moon is, where our temperature is, where our hormones are, what we've been doing. 5 seconds might not be enough. And you can tell me to log off. All right. Little hopping insert here, should you feel so. If you want to, hop. Just bear in mind that we've done more on our forearms than we have on our hands, so it might be a good idea to do a forearm hop rather than a hand hop. But you might think, I want a hand hop, you might have a little hand plank and then have a little hop. So you choose. As always, we are really prepped, so that hop is going to be bigger than it normally is. Yes, Elaine. Yes, Jeff. I love how everyone's always surprised and they're like, oh yeah. Because everything's engaged, including the glutes. Yeah. That's it. Nice belly. Keep contact with the ground. Maybe take 1 or 2 more. Nice. Yeah, you're working way harder than you need, Kyla. Way harder. Really nice. That's better. Okay. From here, downward facing dog. Have a little shuffle. And then inhale, right leg forward. On the exhale, right leg sneaks through into high lunge. In fact, just bring your hands to the hips. Still in high lunge legs, but hands to the hips. Have a little shoulder circle while I just talk you through. Really fairly simple flow. Galloping horse with the arms behind. Not too bad. Next, galloping horse with the arms by the ears. Not so great. Warrior 3, maybe with the arms still by the ears, but I leave it up to you. Back into galloping horse, arms down by your side. Still galloping horse, arms by the ears. So it's really, really, really intense on the glutes and the upper hamstring. What makes this a little bit special is just like we've been doing in our flow, we'll do those 3 postures. Galloping horse with arms here, and warrior 3, but with that breath pattern. If you want to omit the breath pattern until you've got the flow, ignore me. Right leg is forward. Make sure you have space. Hopefully Louise has got space in her room. Right. Arms down by your side, galloping horse. Arms nice. So remember, on an in, we're doing nothing. In, 2, 3. Arms by the ears, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Warrior 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Galloping horse, arms by side, out, 2, 3. So nice. In, 2, 3. Arms by ears, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Warrior 3, out, 2, 3. Nice, Trish, a little bit higher with that leg. That's it. In, 2, 3. Galloping horse, arms by your side. You can drop the heel if you want to, Tricia, but take the legs longer. Oh, in, 2, 3. Ears, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. This will be the last one. Out, warrior 3, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Out, galloping horse, arms by your side, really nice. 2, 3. And on an inhale, arms down, runner's lunge. 2, 3. On an exhale, forward fold with or without bricks. 2, 3. And in that same exhale, just let the breath, that pattern just slowly dissipate bit by bit. All right, really nice. Take a big breath in and out. Inhale, flat back and come into the other side. Exhale, check. Inhale, feet press, hands in. Exhale, we feel our heart stronger, steadier, more noticeable. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, straight back, slow, controlled, wonderful, functional squat. Yeah, they're bloody amazing. Inhale, hands forward. Exhale, bum up, forward fold. Inhale, we pause. Exhale, down dog, with or without blocks, whatever worked for you. Yeah. If you're on blocks, it might be easier to grip hold of them so they don't fly off. Inhale, left leg comes up, three-legged. Exhale, tuck it in as tight as you can. Take it forward as much as you can, as long as there's no wrist or shoulder stuff going on. That's it. Inhale, take it high. Exhale, tuck it in. Nice and slow, really nice and slow. Get that heel up, Sammy, that heel really close to that. That's it, that's it. Inhale, last one. Yes, nice, Louise. Exhale, slow. Yep, round the shoulders, so there's more space between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, back. Exhale, just down dog. Wonderful. Inhale, just plank. I leave it up to you. If those wide arm chaturanglas worked, you can keep your knees off the floor. If, like me, you don't really do them that much, you probably want to keep your knees down. You choose. Either way, with knees up or knees down, we lean to one side so we can lift one hand and take it wider, unless we've already done. And then we lean the other and take the other arm wider. We draw in, and on an exhale, with control, slow and steady, we come back out. Yeah. We're doing 3, or if you're feeling super chesty, 4 or 5. Trish, you look like me today. You're right. Just dead. You've done a lot today, I know. Nice belly. Keep it even on both sides. So the minute your left is doing more, it's bending a little bit more. That's it. That's it. At some point you come onto your belly or you come to kneel. You don't have to do that back bend on your belly. You choose. Once you get down there on your belly or kneeling, whatever you choose to do, take a back bend. Locust if you're on your belly. If you're in locust, it's just the head and the chest that are up. If you're kneeling, it's a little back bend. Arms come up and over. So we've got palm on top of arm. As we exhale, we bring the elbows as close as they can in, as if they want to touch that little indent. In as we lift up. Exhale, they come together. Yeah, really make the most of this movement. This is like a push movement, or a pull movement rather. It's one of the ones that we don't get enough of in yoga. Nice. Keep going. If you can, Carla, can you lift the elbows a little bit closer to the ceiling? So they're a little bit back. Yeah, and then work from there. Yes. Nice lane. Elbows tight in, really, really tight in. Lovely. Whatever you've been doing, make this one your last one. If you've been in a back bend that whole time, that's a lot of weight for your back to navigate, so come out gently. You might come into a neutral first, maybe you come into a sphinx and then you lay on your belly entirely. If you're kneeling, maybe you come into a normal neutral spine and then maybe a wide child's with space for baby. Yeah. Just so you know, so you're prepared for next week. When we do our tigers next week, we'll add a twist. In that twist, so feel free if you want to practice. After we do a tiger twist, I'll just quickly show you so you've got it in if you want to get it in. So we're going to come into our tiger rounding. We'll take a twist and the knee will be bent. From there, we might think about having a little kick out and then rebend in. So we're going to add a tiger twist and then a tiger leg straightener. Maybe. Feel free to give it a go. Then we'll practice. At some point, we come into Sphinx or we come into forearm plank, depending on what we're doing. Maybe we interlace, maybe we're working with the palms down. I should really do that. I'm going to do that, even though I hate it. If we're not already in forearm plank, we tuck our toes and give them a little bit of a where they are in space. And then we start to round, just like we do in tiger. So we make space between the shoulders, we lift up the belly, hips lift, and then finally knees lift up. What do you think? This is the worst thing we've done all day. On another exhale, we start to draw the feet closer in as the bum lifts high. We're in dolphin. Left leg lifts, three-legged dolphin. Yeah, really good. Nice. It's a good position. And you got this, Sammy. You totally got it. Your dolphins kick ass. Yes, nice. Stay here, breathe. Let that heat just permeate. Let it permeate a little bit higher, kind of with that leg. You've got it. Nice. Well, it's about 3 foot high. And then step back, both feet down. Take a little breather in just forearm dog. And then walk gently back, forearm plank. All right. Push through the elbows in your forearm plank. Imagine there's a block between the inner elbows and you're pressing the block. So we're pushing down and we're squeezing in. Stay here for another breath. And then wherever your body wants to be, to unwind that, wherever it wants. It might be some malleable movements. It might be stillness. But we're going to stay for a good minute before we do our last rounds of hops and our balance. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to put myself on mute so I'm not tempted. If you need more, you need more. If you do, can you accept that feeling and take it? If you want to take your hops now, there's space for them. But if you need more rest, accept it, and can you take it? So you choose. If you've been hopping, just another couple. Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy, Sammy. Nice, Kyla. That was a good line. Your hips got over your shoulders. Well done. Yes. Just go easy because you're really... and then just rest. Yeah. Really good. All right. Nice, Elaine. She probably... If you've been hopping, just circle. If you haven't been hopping, Circle too. We don't have to circle because we deserved it, because we've hopped. We can circle whenever because it feels good, because we want to. Not because we've done a thing, therefore we get to do something nice. It's how we get messed up. Alright. At a time that's convenient. Down dog. Left leg extends. And it travel underneath into a runner's lunge. We lift up. We make sure we're happy because this breath is a meditation. So you might have things in your way. I'm going to adjust this so that you can really concentrate on the breath. Once you're happy with the feet, and again, Trish, you can keep the heel down. If you do, just take the foot a little bit wider so you've got space to come up and re-level in your half moon. Sorry, you might take half moon rather than a warrior 3 as well, so have it in your head. If you're galloping horse, heel lifts off. Travel forward, hands down by your side. Inhale, 2, 3. Arms by ears, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Warrior 3. Out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Out, galloping horse, arms by the ears, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. I said arms by the ears, I'm so sorry. Arms by the ears now. Out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Warrior 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Gallop, arms by your sides, out, 2, 3. One more round. In, 2, 3. Ears, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Warrior 3, out, 2, 3. Almost there. In, 2, 3. This time on the out, both feet onto the ground. As you let that breath ripple and further away, just let the hips reground. Oh. If it feels really nice just to move with soft, slow sways, you might think about staying there. It might be that before you come to sit down on your mat, maybe you take a little front of the thigh stretch, using a wall if it's really close, or a chair or a wardrobe if you're these. Yeah. If it feels nice to be a little bit more organic, maybe that bent knee does a little bit of a circle. So it's not quite so rigid with that stretch, it's a little bit more tree-like. If when you start to take that leg back, you get a nice sensation through front of pec, because we did a lot of pec, and front delt, you might encourage that next time you take that knee in that circle behind you, you might decide to take it a little bit further behind. So you feel the stretch closer into the upper body. Keep a little bit closer into the hand. Maybe. You can still use your wall for balance. Yeah, we've done balance. We're good. Yeah. If that's worked for you, other foot. We grab hold of the other bent knee, and we just check in. If that little circle was magical, we take the little circle now. Once again, we might notice it as the knee travels behind us, closer to the back of our mat. We might get a nice sensation of range through the pec going into the front of the deltoid, the front shoulder. If we do, then we can kick into it and increase that stretch. Maybe we don't. Nice. Now, at some point, we can stay as we are. We can come and join the lovely jam and sit down. Yeah. Whatever's been working. All right. If your legs are happy and cross-legged, go for it. If, as soon as you join the floor, your body just goes, oh, can I do whatever it is? Do it. Let it melt into a bolster. Lay on your side and curl up. Lay on your front in Sphinx. Lay on your front in Crocodile. We haven't crocodile for ages, actually. Whatever. Yeah. If you're like, I don't want to think, that's also genuine, and you don't have to. So, cross-legged, maybe. Have a little side stretch. That might look like this, one arm down, one arm over. It might be a little bit more restive and a little bit more internal. Arms forward and then arms to the side. You might do both. But I leave it up to you when you change positions. At some point, maybe, and again, totally maybe, we've done a lot of glute max, a lot of hamstring. We might think about straightening our beautiful legs out, having a look at those feet that support us, those tiny little feet. And then look at the rest of the body and go, bloody hell, how do you do that? That's pretty immense. That's pretty immense. Maybe some form of Paschimottanasana. It might be that we bend the knees a little bit and just travel forward. If at some point the back goes, do you know what, I really want a little bit of lengthening, we allow a roundness to happen into the spine and we drop down. If you want to keep it all about the hips, the spine stays neutral. You think about the chest coming forward. If you want to do one leg at a time, one heel can bend and maybe you sit on top of that heel, like we're doing Ashtanga. Sometimes it's nice. It's kind of in the perineum, which sounds weird, but sometimes works. Not all the time, sometimes it's not in the right place. Again, I leave it up to you to decide when you come to the other side if you're doing something asymmetrical. Yeah, if you've yet to find your way onto your back, maybe now is a good time. We've got time for one last position if you do plan on meditating. If you think I don't quite feel like it's time for me to meditate, still a bit warm or there's still much stuff going on, there's people around and maybe I'll do it later, then maybe you've got plenty of time to do a few more restorative postures. Baddha Konasana might be wonderful. We've done a lot of shortening through the front of the belly. If it feels like a nice time to take 5 or 6 minutes of meditation, start thinking about where you are. So have a look around at your light levels. If there's any noise that you can switch off, maybe something like a radio in the other room or something that you have a say over, go ahead. I'd always recommend just having a little bit of a drink before you meditate, so that's one of the things that brain loves to do, is to go, hey, I'm thirsty. It probably is, to be fair. All right. If you already have a meditation that serves you well, stay with it. If that breath worked really well, that 3 in and 3 out, it might be that you continue with that breath ratio, but you use a Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, to add another dimension to that breath. So if you're doing that, you're inhaling through your left, 2, 3, exhaling right, 2, 3. Inhale right, 2, 3. Exhale left, 2, 3. Lovely little half watermelon shape going back and forth. I'm going to pop myself on mute and come to get you in 5 minutes. When you feel that it's time for you to unwind and unravel, give yourself enough space to let that meditation, the pranayama, work through your body. It's like you wrap it up. As usual, at some point there's that slow roll into your side, that lovely curl in. Like a little tortoise, everything travelling into the shell, safe and secure. At some point in that shell, that tortoise, there's some sunlight there, some warmth. And you gently lift up out of your shell into a seat, maybe facing the sun. When you get there, maybe there's a little shoulder, or a shoulder blade, or a head. Take the arms wide and high. Let them drop down. Take them wide and high. Let them drop down. Wide and high. This time into the center. All the way into the heart. Namaste. I'm going to stop the recording.